time's the charm. Good morning. Weights are in your hands. We're going to roll those shoulders up, back and down a couple times. Inhaling, lift up. Exhale, back and down. We're going to get a little movement here. We're going to bend the elbows. We're going to bring the arms forward. We're going to bring them back. Nice and slow motion, as if you're making a big circle with your arms. You are making a big circle with your arms. Step out a little bit, point your toes outward, take a little dip, so sort of a miniature plie here. Now, I want you to notice, I'm okay with you moving your body right now, like letting your torso move, but then I want you to start to pull those ribs down and in, and even though you're moving through the arms, don't through there. And we're going to go the other way. Arms back, up, down, forward. So big circles, as if you had a wheel, right? And we're moving through these wheels. 2 more times. And then we're going to reverse that circle again. So forward, up, back, and down. You should be feeling this in your shoulders at the least by now. Maybe a little bicep, maybe a little tricep. And now we'll switch directions 1 more time. Abs in, sitting down, a little miniature plie, demi-plie, and then relax. We'll let those shoulders relax, pull those abs in, lift that left knee, point the toe, right knee. So these are just holding for a moment, hold, hold. So we're getting some ab work and some balance, hold. And then we're going to alternate a shoulder press with that knee, hold, but pull your ribs down. And again, ribs down with the knee, shoulder press. So it's a really slow motion marching with a hold at the top. 4 more like this. Three more, both sides. Good. 1 more time. Lift and hold, shoulder press. Lift and hold, shoulder press. All right, arms out here. Open, squeeze those shoulder blades, but don't pop those ribs. Couple more, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze them open. Lift your left knee again, rotate over it, but don't do that, okay? Opposite side, rotate, keep the chest tall, knee comes across, pause for a moment, little extra challenge there, pause, pause. You should be using your abs by now to maintain that balance and that lift of the leg. Your shoulders might be feeling this. If they're too much, you can do it here, right? You can hold those arms down if you've gotten too much in the shoulders already. The most important part is the hold at the top, not the bottom, right? So if you fall over brushing your teeth, you should practice this. Hold, nice. Twist and hold. So that rotation adds a little element. Twist and hold. Last time, twist and hold. Oh, roll those shoulders out. Set those weights down on the ground for a second. Get them out of the way. Shoulder rolls. Palms open. Stretch. Flex through the palm of the hand. And then palms go down. Give me some little wrist circles, both directions. Then give me some arm circles. Don't really care what your body's doing right now. Go both directions, big, big circles. And shake it all out. Bring that left arm down and across, bend the elbow, tuck, and pull it in for that shoulder stretch. Pull that shoulder down as you pull it across. Shake it out, other way, arm down. Grab that right arm, pull it across, keep that shoulder pulled down, and shake that out. All righty. Okay. We're going to grab those weights again. We're going to come to the back of the mat. So we're going to be in an isometric contraction with our lower body while our upper body works 1 more time. So feet probably wider than your mat so that you can have a really comfortable wide stance. Try and get your torso parallel to the ground. And as always, when you're in this position, That means we're not rounded, we're in extension with the tailbone and the spine, but the ribs are pulled in. Put your left elbow on the right side, and this is what we're doing over here. It's not quite a row. The knee is, or excuse me, the elbow is bent. A little bit of deltoid work. Just 2 more times on this side. You may feel it a little bit in your glutes, but maybe not too much since we're just doing one arm at a time. Right arm down, left arm, lead with the elbow, slight bend, feel those posture muscles. You know what's coming in a minute. And relax. All right, here's the big one, Elizabeth. If you can do this without any discomfort in your spine, pull the abs in, both arms up and out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take your time. Head in line with your spine. And relax. Weights can go down. Walk yourself forward. Bring those feet together. High plank position. Bring your knees down. And then we're just going to press back for a second. Roll forward and roll back. All right. And then let's come over seated position for a second. Pull those glutes out from under you. No weights for now. Grab hold of the backs of the legs, pull your abs in, and then tuck those ribs down towards your hips. Make sure as you do that, you're not bringing your turtle head forward. Good. Arms open, and we're just going to open the arm toward me. Back arm is going to lift a little bit, reach a little higher with that, and now hover that front hand. Go away from me, other way, hover that back hand, lift with the front hand. Back through center, reach, hover, back through center, reach, hover. And lift, and lift. Check on your knees when you come back to center, make sure they're together. If you feel like there's an issue, grab that dumbbell and hold it between your knees. And relax. Move that dumbbell from between your knees. Scoot a little forward. Grab the backs of your legs. Keep your feet on the ground and see if you can roll down a vertebra at a time. Arms reach overhead, toes reach opposite direction. Point your toes, let the low back lift up. And then exhale, flex through the heels, tuck the tailbone under, press that low back into the ground, feel those ribs flatten out. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale to reach. And exhale, flatten and flex. And then take one dumbbell and put it across your rib cage, so that if you pop your ribs up, it's going to roll towards your face. If you keep your ribs down, it's going to stay down there. As you're ready, you're going to stack those feet up and take a deep breath in, exhale, pull the ribs down. Another option is to put the weights at your low abs, or to put it lengthwise, or if you're really feeling fancy, you can put the weights in both areas. So this is all going to be about that feedback. Deep breath in, exhale, ribs to hips, legs in tabletop. When you're ready, head nods yes, shoulders stay open, toe touches. It can be single leg, it can be a pointed toe, it can be a flexed foot, it can be double leg. Two more. And relax. Remember that, because we'll be back to that. Put one weight off to the side. Bring the other weight in between your hands right here. Deep breath in. On the exhale, all 10 fingers reach to the sky. I'm just holding my dumbbell like that, so I'm not tightly gripping. That'll help keep my wrists in line. Reach to the sky with those fingers. Float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Keep those knees squeezed together. Option to bring that arm overhead to keep the ribs nice and flat, shoulder blades off the ground, back through center, and exhale down. Inhale. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, come down. Again, inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift. Inhale to stretch and reach. Exhale and down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach, and exhale down. One more challenge is to add that second weight, right? So I'm going to have both weights in my hands, poke a hole in the ceiling, arms reach overhead. You'll feel a lot more challenge there. And exhale down. Again, inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Hold. Exhale, come down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale down. Last time. Lift and reach. Option is to put those weights behind your head. You're still going to have more resistance overhead, but you won't be having quite as much neck challenge, right? But if you do that, I'd like your elbows wide if possible. And if not, then I want them pointed to the sky. I don't want them halfway pulling. So they're either here so your head can rest, or they're wide open. And then we're just going to lift those legs into tabletop. Deep breath in, extend arms and legs for double leg stretch. Tap your knees. If that's 2 weights is too much, you let one go gently and put it on the floor. If you want both ends of the body to get a challenge, you take 1 weight below your knees, preferably between the muscles of your thigh, or calves, where they can be held, and then we reach. And we tap and we reach. Abs nice and flat, ribs are pulled down and in. Two more. And we're going to relax. We're going to hug those knees in to stretch out that low back. And then we're going to put the feet on the ground and widen our feet. So we're going to lift up into an arching bridge, right? So that we get a little stretch to the front side of the body. So literally use your hands to arch up. And that belly, I know, will be sticking up. And then relax that down. And now we'll just do a regular bridge, right? So now we're going to keep those feet stacked. We're going to take one weight onto each hip, right there at your hip flexors, where the bend in your hips, between your legs and your hips. Fingertips, simply press those into place, and then we lift up, way up, not down here, but way up here. And then we get to lower all the way and lift all the way. Just 4 like this. Then we have an option to extend that right leg straight up in the air without, drooping that right hip. And then again, we can drop and lift. And then that foot comes down, left leg extends, same thing. And relax. Weights under your hands, arms out in a T position. Let those weights give you a stretch across your chest. Bring those knees in and let them drop to the left. Just a little quick stretch. Right leg comes up, legs drop to the right. Left leg comes up, knees move tabletop, and they drop to the left again. Right leg up before the left, drop to the right from tabletop, and then center. Okay, that was the fun version. Slide your hands down just a little bit. Stack your legs tabletop. We're going to rock side to side without landing on the ground because your challenge is going to be to keep the knees squeezed together so you don't get to come back up. Also, notice if you're tucking your toes back, that's not tabletop, right? So you want to keep your knees in that alignment so that your toes and your knees are in that same line. A few more here. Try to keep your head in neutral. Keep those feet lifted and relax. And you want to remember that one too. All right, take a little rock side to side. Quick little version of single leg stretch. One weight in both hands, legs stacked tabletop, poke a hole in the ceiling. And again, we're reaching with those fingers, holding those wrists in neutral. Reach through one leg, arm overhead on the other, back through center. And we're going to relax, put one weight down, take the other one between your calf muscles, and we go tabletop again. Deep breath in, exhale, find that secure toe touch position. And then both legs move away at the same time and come back up, holding on to that weight for more challenge. If you want to, you can put that other weight either in your low abs or back on your ribs for kinesthetic awareness. And we will relax. Arms out in that T position. And then we're going to bring both weights in. We're going to put them down on our shin. I did that on purpose. Or preferably your ankle, even though it doesn't run. Bring your forehead up towards your knees and rock. Exhaling to rock, inhaling a little pause at the top. And then this time we'll stay up. We'll bring those weights apart. Lift yourself up, scoot your hips back, stay tall, keep a bend in your knees, use your arms to hinge forward. And then from that position, let's keep a bend in the knees and bring the arms up by the ears. Lift your right arm a little taller, lift your left arm a little taller so that you're not here in your hips, you're lifting up, then you hinge forward. And then if you want, you can begin to see if you're able to straighten a little bit without collapsing. And then we'll sit tall. All right, so we did a version of roll down rotations earlier. So now we're just going to do a really simple roll down. We're going to start with a single weight. Exhale, hinge back. On the inhale, lift the weight as high as you feel comfortable. Lower it down before you come up. So you exhale, hinge, inhale, lift, lower down before you move, and come up. Again, as always, if you have weird stuff going on in your knees, take the weight between your knees. Keep the ankles and the knees the same distance apart. Good. Now, If you want, you can keep that weight with you and just see if you're able to roll all the way down, lengthen overhead, and then you have to promise to bring that weight down between, like almost at your hip bones, and then see if you can roll up. If that didn't happen for you, two options. A, stick with roll downs, or B, put both weights in your hands, palms up, roll down, stay at the bottom, keep your hands low, exhale, drag your hands along your mat to roll up a vertebra at a time. So assisted roll-ups, or you can even, if you're able, extend those legs. That is, of course, more challenge on the low back, so make sure you don't have low back issues, no stenosis. Make sure your head's not in front of your shoulders, right? So we don't ever want to practice that rounding. When you come to the top, sit tall, so much prettier. Thank you. Inhale at the bottom, exhale to roll up. Or if you're doing roll downs, the count is the exact same, right? Guest instructor is here. Can you do a roll up? Can you do a roll up? I bet you could. All right, on this next one, when you roll up, we're going to stay up. We're going to go back to that bent knee position. We're going to grab the legs and we're going to find a balanced position. Then we're going to take our hands out. Fortunately, that's where my hand is supposed to go anyway. Hands out to the side for support and lean back. Remember this exercise, we did it earlier. Legs stay in tabletop and we rotate side to side. Keep those toes lifted. Now, I'm going to add on different challenges here if you want. First challenge would be really miserable, and that is leaping dogs. To put those legs in tabletop with a weight, it's going to be really, a little more challenging. Next option, if you didn't like that one, if that pulls you out of that alignment, would be with no weights, hands hover. So your range of motion gets really small. You could do hands hover with weights in your hands. And last option, it's not the harder one, just would be to go back down to that lying down position and keep the leg, keep the weight between the shins. And as always, that'll help keep those knees together. And when you feel like you've had enough, we'll take a pleasant twist. So feet on the ground, take your right knee across your left, walk your left foot back, bridge up, move the hips a little bit to the right, and then let them drop to the left, please. And then come back through center, leave the knees how they are, and just let them drop to the right. Come on back up through center, uncross your knees, cross left over right, bridge up, move the hips a little bit to the left, and let them drop to the right. Keep the knees how they are, come up through center, leave them crossed, and let them drop to the left, please. And then back up through center. We're going to hug both knees in, take a little rock side to side. All you're going to do is roll over to face me, but bring your weights in front, please. Lie down so that your knees are stacked. Your arm is long underneath your ear. Your shoulder is in line with your hips. You're going to choose one weight or two, and it's just going to rest on that top leg. And all you're going to do is put your palm on top. Again, stretching those fingers, right? We're not cramping down on those weights. Waistline is lifted and then drop it. Lift it, drop it, lift it, drop it, lift it, leave it lifted. Lift the leg as a unit. So my ankle and my knee come up at the same time. Good. Now we'll pull the heels together, maybe a little Pilates V, and we pivot open for our clam. And then knees together, heels up in the air, and then again, we pivot open in that clam with the knees down on the ground and the heels lifted. Two more. Now we're going to bend, we're going to straighten the top leg. Bottom knee can have a little bit of a bend. Top leg is here, toe turned down. We're going to lift it up, tap the front toes or close by. Lift up, press the heel to heel. Lift up, toe down, lift up, heel down. So the leg is straight and we're doing that rotation. Two more. And relax. Oh, your hip should feel like it needs that. Give it some love. And then we're coming up and going, staying on this side. What? Side plank. So feel free to double up that mat if you would like. Find your favorite alignment for side plank. Push the shoulder back, lift up out of it, engage. Probably start with one weight, bring it straight up, and then lift up. From there, poke a hole in the ceiling with the weight. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take that weight, rest it on your top leg. And again, just my fingertips, tap it down, lift for 8. And relax. Whew. Let's come over to the other side, please. You're going to start with that. No, we're going to start with side plank. Ha. So support for your elbow if you want. Press the shoulder back, lift up out of it. One weight in that top hand. Lift it up, poke a hole in the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weight rests on your leg. Fingers pressing down. 8. And relax. All right. And now we stay on this side. We stack. Ankles, knees, hips. Arm underneath your ear. Take those weights, put them on your top leg. And again, the palm just holds them in place. Nice flat hand. And then ribs lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. One more time. Ribs lift, leave them there. It's Animal Kingdom today. Leg lifts up as a unit. Sure. Good. Now heels together, toes apart, little Pilates V. We open in our clam. Two more. Got a catfish here. All right, then the knees stay down, the heels are lifted, and we pivot open. Waistline lifted. And then we're going to leave that bottom knee bent, not fully, but partially. We're going to bring that top leg up, toe down, tap your toe-ish in front, rotate, heel down, toe down, heel down. And relax. Ooh, bend that knee, give it a little bit of love. Okay, you're just going to flip your weights so that one's on each side of your weights as you roll over onto your abs. We're going to start with a little baby kind of Sphinx pose here. And let's adjust shoulders down and back, lift through the collarbone. And I want you to imagine you're dragging yourself forward by pushing the elbows back, pressing that chest forward. And I want a nice lengthening through those abs. You may even want to lift up a little bit. I don't want you to grind down on your low back. I want this to be more of a swan through your upper body. And then relax that down. And we get to come all the way down. Quick little break. And then you're going to reach underneath the weights and turn your palms to the sky, hands by your sides. As always, the first thing that happens is those shoulders just want to drape forward. So with the head in neutral, I want you to lift your shoulders and relax. My knuckles are still on the ground. Those weights are just resting in my hands. Long fingers, one more time, lift those shoulders. Now with the shoulders lifted, press all 10 toenails into the ground, put your belly button in, lift your knees, but keep your toes pressing, and then keep the shoulders squeezed together, straighten the arms to lift yourself up a few inches, then bring your thumbs towards you. You'll feel that rotation in the shoulders and relax down. Do your best to keep your head facing down. Deep breath in, exhale, belly button and knees lift, and we lift. Inhale, hold at the top and squeeze those thumbs towards each other. Exhale down, inhale. Exhale, lift, stretch, reach, squeeze, and down. Again, inhale. Exhale, lift, squeeze, and hold. 4 more. Two more. On this last one, let's stay lifted, squeezing, rotate the pinkies to the sky. You'll feel your triceps a little bit. Reach the fingers long, stretch them farther towards your feet, and relax. Good. And then we're going to push back in our resting position. Hips sit back on your heels. You can leave your arms in front, by your sides. You can make little fists if you have knee issues and give yourself a little extra space. And then as you come forward, we're going to put one weight at the front of the mat. You can put them both, actually, it doesn't matter. It's just keep our hands apart. So hands are on each side of the weight. We're going to drop down into that Sphinx we did a minute ago and turn this into a pre-plank by rolling the shoulders back, bringing the collarbone back, lifting the chest, ribs, belly button. Stay here, or option to roll onto the fronts of your thighs, pull the belly button in, or option to tuck your toes and press through those heels. Back of the neck is long, head is in line, ribs are pulled in, abs are pulled in, tailbones tucked under, thighs are lifted. And relax. All right, let's just windshield wiper those legs, loosen up that low back a little bit. And then we'll do one more thing here for the rear chain muscles. So we're going to take that weight and put it behind our right knee. And then we're going to bring that heel really close to the hip, right? So nice and close, so that we're going to be using our hamstring to hold it in place. The other weight is up towards your left hand. Walk your hands back, run underneath your shoulders. We're not in cat, we're not in cow, we're in extended spine, neutral spine, abs drawn in. Flex the heel to the sky, push it up, try and get that quadricep so that you can't see it. If I look under, oh, where'd my knee go, right? Tap down and lift up. Option to leave the leg in the air and extend your left arm. Option to leave the leg in the air and put the weight in your left hand. And last option, both of them lift and lower. Choose what's best for you, please. If you're using that weight, your thumb is facing up. And then relax. Move that weight for a second. Shake your hips a little bit. Roll through a nice cat. Inhale into a cow. And then find neutral by pulling that belly button in. Bring that weight behind your left leg. Secure it by pulling that left heel really close to the hip. Hands right underneath you. And then just lift to there and make sure you can't really see your knee. And then push a hole in the ceiling with your heel 2 times. You're welcome to stay there. Or add the right arm by your ear. Or add the right arm by your ear with the weight. And if you've done that, you have the option to tap and lift. And then relax. Move that weight. Shake those hips a little side to side. Roll through cat. Roll through cow. And now shake those hips to the right. Walk your hands to the left. Give me a cat and a cow. And a cat and a cow. Walk the hands over to the right. Move the hips to the left. Cat and cow. Very nice. And then we're coming back over to a seated position. All right, we'll do our mermaid because this is really annoying with the weights. All right, so left leg is bent forward and right leg is off to the side, but you don't want to be curled. So find a position, move your glutes out from under you where you can sit tall. Then you're going to bring a weight. We're going to start with both hands. So arms up here. We're going to move over to our left as far as we can go without the opposite leg lifting up and back through center. Reach up and over and back through center. And reach. Two more. Come over, put the weight down. Woo, bring that arm over your head, collapse and round, and then open and extend, collapse and round, open and extend, and one more collapse and extend, come up, flip your feet, please, opposite knee in front. Pull those glutes out from under you, sit as tall as you can. Try not to already be skewed to one side. And then again, we're going as far as we can without the opposite leg lifting. And up and over, put the weight down, elbow down, round forward, and then open to the back, round down and forward, open to the back. One more time, we're gonna round and open and come on back. Now we're headed down onto the ground. Do this last favorite one of mine. Both weights are in your left hand. Take your right hand across your ribs. Have careful attention to your left rib cage. Deep breath in. On the exhale, push those ribs down. Give me a little bit of a pelvic tilt and lift the left arm by your ear. Nod your head, yes. Feel the tricep, feel your ribs wanting to pop, but you're stronger than that, and then lift straight above you. So we inhale up and over, head nod chest, exhale above. Now I'm going to give you one more challenge. What if you took the arms not to the left and not overhead, but halfway between? So a half of a V. Oh, that should get more challenging. Up and over and to the side. Oy vey. Keep those ribs pulled in. And relax. We're going to switch it. Weights in your right hand. Doing your best to keep your fingers long and that wrist into alignment. Left hand on your rib cage. Right ribs pulled down, especially as you bring that arm by your ear. Hold. Exhale, lift. Inhale up and over. Exhale, lift. And then if you want to, you try that V angle. So on a clock, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And relax. Ooh, very nice. Bring your weights into each hand and your arms out into a T position. And once again, let your fingers lengthen. Maybe let those weights roll down toward the base of your fingers to get a bigger stretch across your chest. Nod your head yes. And then let's bring that right knee in. Take your left hand weight and tuck it behind that right knee. Hug that right knee in, pull it down towards you, get the knee secure. And then once you've done that, let's flex through that heel, keeping the knee bent. Maybe you can even put the weight on the bottom of that foot and pull down. You could, if you want to be annoying, roll it to your toes. And as always, get a little footwork here, right? So I could curl, extend, press, press, or not, if otherwise that weight is here behind my calf, right? And then I'm going to straighten the leg. Whatever I need to do, I'll probably have to move that weight to my calf, rotate. And just pushing that calf, or excuse me, that weight against the calf as you rotate, you should feel a little bit of sort of a massage for your calf. All right, and then we're going to bring the weight to the outside of the right leg. Hold on to it with your left hand, scoot that right hand under the weight. Straighten your left leg, flex to the heel, turn your right toes in, sickle the heel towards the sky. So you see what I do with my ankle? And then just let that leg come a little bit to the left, not in a full twist, just an outer hip stretch. Then I'm going to bend that knee, leave the weight on that hip, or excuse me, that outside thigh. And then that should be a big stretch because that one weight is pushing my hip down and the other weight is holding my shoulder down or trying to. And then leave that weight on the left side. Come back as you drape the right ankle across the left thigh. Grab, hold through your figure four. Left leg is going to come up and flex and point and rotate. And then we're going to just pull the knees closer and let it move away. Pull it in and let it move away. And one more time, pull it in. Bend that knee, crisscross right over left. Give it a big hug, move it slightly to the left till you feel that outer hip stretch. Slide your hands under your weights and a beautiful twist here. Straighten your left leg, bring your right leg back up through center, straighten it. Right side should feel better. Take the weight from your right side and bring it behind your left knee, hug that in. Use the weight to pull the leg down and in, down and in, down and in. Bend that right knee, by the way, please. Then you're gonna roll that up, you're gonna flex through the heel. Maybe you're gonna put that weight on the bottom of the foot, roll it up to your toes, curl those toes against it, press, curl. And then we'll straighten. And if we can't really hold that weight there anymore, we'll move it down mid-shin or mid-calf muscle. And again, as I rotate, I'm gonna get that little bit of massage here. And then I'm gonna bring the weight to the outside of that leg, hold it with my right hand, slide the other under my left, slide the right leg out, turn that left toe down, big toe, outer hip stretch, and then I'll bend and go into that twist. And then I'll leave the weight over there as I drape back through center, passive figure 4. Arms are gonna sweep. And then we'll point and flex through that right leg. We'll bring those legs a little closer and let them move away. Then we'll bend and we'll bend and we'll hug in and then slide under the weights again. Knees drop right. Big stretch here, big twist. As you come back through center, straighten out the right, then the left. Arms reach overhead. However you want to get over to your hands and knees is fantastic. Undulating cow-cat, so forward and back. And then we stack it up. Tuck those toes, press up. Pedal out those heels. And then wide stance, hang over. Nod yes and shake no, swing those arms. And then hands on your thighs, exhale cow. Inhale cow, big swing of the arms, lift yourself up. Happy 4th of July. And therefore, we'll do a little more 4th of July trivia.